Hey guys, this is Ride Maker YT. So I get a lot of questions from new and developing players, and hell, even some older players that just need a little bit of advice on how to build their account. So today's video is going to be focused on gear and what sort of gear you need to build starting out or trying to develop your account and get some better gear. So the first set is going to be your research gear. I'm going to recommend that you build these pieces, or at least as close to these pieces as you can. Now I will say, even if you are not the level needed to use the gear, so if you're level 35, build the stuff that you can't use before you can actually use it. That includes the level 60 gear, like the cornet right here. Because as you start getting into war gear, the level 60 gear is going to be your best option. So wasting the materials on gear that you're not going to use once you're level 60 is an absolute waste. So you have 3 flutes, the Griffin Walkers, the cornet, the electric lance, so on and so forth. This gear right here is going to give you the best research gear, or research boost, available to you through the gear. Right? Okay. Now, the next thing is going to be your construction gear. This gear right here is going to give you the best construction gear for what you need to do. So, same thing with the research gear. Build the gear that you see here. Now, the third set of gear that I'm going to go into should be gathering gear, but there aren't very many gathering pieces of equipment. So the only thing in this set right here that needs to be changed is the main hand. The electric lance is a gathering speed gear piece. Other than that, the Rhinoceros Mask, the Lightning Shield, the Griffin Walkers, and I forget what this is called. It's a Griffin something. Those are all going to give you resource gathering speed. Now, you can also get gear that increases your army capacity. But, like I said, it's best to use the materials that you have on hand to get the most benefit out of what you make. So, build this, and you'll be able to throw your buildings up in no time. Alright? Now, the last piece of gear that I'm going to go over is going to be your hunting gear. This stuff right here. This is probably the most important piece of the game, especially for players who are starting out or need to get more materials for their war gear, or gems, or speed ups, or reloads, or resources, or whatever. Monsters drop almost everything in the damn game. However, the only downside to this is you have to pay to get this gear. The only way you can get this gear for free is to do Guild Fest, and even then, the chests that you get, not really going to be enough in the first few months or so. Well, it depends on your drops, but at the same time, the $5 pack won't hurt you unless you're completely free to play, in which case, do your best in Guild Fest, get all of the IGG events under your belt that you can. But to get mythic hunting gear or gold jewels for your gear or whatever, you're going to have to spend on the packs. Or you're going to have to play for 5 years. That's just how IGG is set up. They're money hungry and people fall for it all the time. That's why I have 2 accounts that look like they do. So that's really it for the gear aspect of it. I would recommend also making sure that you have your talents set up in such a way that you get the most bang for your buck. So I have this right here. This is my food positive research, construction, and troop training talent set. So you see I got the training speed here. Everything opened up the way that it needs to be. I'm not spending any talent points where I don't need to. All the way down here to this second training speed. And then I have food production, construction and research, food production, all the way down here, construction and research, and food production level 3 right there. So it's really up to you how you set up your talents, but I would recommend having something set up like this, especially if you're starting out and you're still developing. So that's really it for that. I'll give you a peek at how I have my turf set up. So obviously I have a shitload of troops, so I'm trying to be food positive, or as close to food positive as I can be. That way when I get a bunch of resources from our bank or whatever, it's not all burning away before I get a chance to use it. I have a couple of manners, because the manners give you training speed, right? So at level 24, they've got 16%. The jump from 24 to 25 costs a bit of speeds, and it also costs a golden hammer that I'm just not interested in using. And then I have basically all infirms. That's really, I have 100% infirms and 2 barracks. So really like 90% infirms. But 650,000 beds is pretty daggone good. If anybody actually decides that they're going to try and hit me, you know, rest in peace to your troops, but it's not going to work out very well. Now for the wall, I've got all 5 slots for my familiars opened up. I have army heroes on my wall. So all 5 of the heroes that I get give an attack boost, an HP boost, and a defense boost to my entire troops, or to my entire composition. Now the familiars that I have an HP boost and I have an HP debuff, right? So there's a 30% gap that any invaders have to overcome when they hit my castle. And then I have all 3 of the 15% troop specific attack familiars. So I'm getting a 15% boost to all of my troops, as well as the boost that I'm getting from my heroes and my gear, plus the 30% HP gap, right? So we'll go into wall building and all of that stuff at a later date. Now I'm going to touch on some research real quick, give you guys a heads up on what not to do, because I see a lot of people do it, and it's just it's a waste of speeds, it's a waste of resources, it's a waste of your time, and it also adds a lot of might that you don't need. Now, I know that it's exciting to be one of the bigger players in the kingdom and all of that, but when you get to a level like what I'm on, I'm almost 1.6 billion might. The guild that I run with has a lot of between 350 and 1 billion might players. So when we move to a kingdom, I'm going to have to eat a big scroll cost, which the guild coins will do well, but it gets to be a pain in the butt when you're looking for a kingdom that the fatties can move to. So keep your might low as you possibly can, is basically what I'm saying there. Now, when you're getting T4, right, you have to do this economy tree. All right, all of this has to be maxed, except for gem harvesting. You don't worry about gem harvesting unless you want to do it. But everything down to here needs to be 10 in order to get T4. T4, You need to do all of this to 10. Okay? Now, with the counter research being added, you're going to need to do this too. There's no way around that. If you don't have the counter research, anytime you hit, or anytime you get hit, it's going to hurt. So have all of this entire tree done. But to get T4 unlocked, that's where you need to stop. But it all has to be level 10s. And it's pretty hefty research. It adds a good chunk of might. I think it's between those two trees, I think you're sitting right at like 76 million might if you don't have anything else done. Now, obviously, you're going to want to do the Monster Hunt tree. I would recommend stopping at level 3 if you're not big pay to play. Maybe do a little bit of this, but level 3s are where you're going to want to be. With decent gear, you'll get good drops. Stay out of this tree. I learned that lesson really quick, rather early on. This tree is completely worthless, and I'm just not even. We're not even going to go into that. Don't touch this tree either. And I'll explain all of this when we go into building your wall and setting your account up for taking rallies. Upgrade military makes your troops easier. This is a good one to do. I wouldn't really focus on doing these, at least not early on. So army leadership is a no-go for right now. Military command, I wouldn't really worry about that either unless you plan on being a rally lead, in which case you need those. You definitely need to get these. But in order to get these, you got to do everything above it. Familiars, this stuff's going to be good for you. A lot of low might rally traps stop at the third one. Because you need those pack 3 familiars. Same here for the battle slots. You'll want to stop at level 3, just because to get the 4th one, you have to take all of these to 7, all of the ones above it to 7. So it costs a lot of time and tomes and anima and all of that. Sigils and wonder battles, don't really worry about these until you get T4 and you have a decent comp. And some good gear so that you can fury and actually help your guildmates in battle. Other than that, I hope this helped out. That's really all I've got for right now. Keep an eye out for more videos coming out. If you guys have any suggestions or you have questions, drop it in the comments section. If I helped you out or you learned a little something, give me a like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm just starting out, so any help is necessary. Real quick, before I forget, when it comes to monster hunting, right? Find yourself a good monster hunt guild. So buses are really good for getting rare materials and jewels and stuff like that. So MKO has been really good to me. I got 4 golden gargantua jewels in one hunt, so they're pretty good. There's other ones out there that people prefer or whatever, but MKO is my go-to. So shout out to Bree, shout out to Baby, shout out to Muggy, all of you guys, man. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate you guys helping me out building my account. If you guys do decide to join MKO and go there for a hunt, what you're going to do is you're going to apply, message one of them online, WeChat, WhatsApp, Discord, whatever, get added into their chat, and they will let you know when a hunt is coming. You join, you complete your hunt, you collect your boxes, and you go home. That's basically how that works. So tell them Riot sent you, and they'll get you squared away. That pretty much sums up everything that I wanted to touch on in this video. Like I said earlier, stay tuned. There's going to be more videos coming out. I work full time, so my time is a little spread out. And yeah, stay safe, guys. Be in war gear, talents, and have anti. or we're coming for you.